Alright, so now we're in the survival world and all that. You get to see everything I actually did. This is all of that built up. So it's 4 different seething modules, 2 different cable generation modules that I put in here, and this is all chunk line for the most part. And these are the input barrels right here. This is how I actually printed it up. So you make empty schematics, you put it into schematic cannon, and you set the dimensions for the schematic cannon, which is everything I'm talking about is really simple to do. And you take the empty schematic, put it into the table, you copy the schematic onto the thing. So this is the schematic that I got for this, and you let it build. You know what I'm saying? So if I put the schematic down, I can show you. This is what it would look like. This is the actual schematic of me putting these modules in, and then you just use different control options to actually move it around. So I can move it around, move it up and down, everything like that. You just get it in place where you want it, and then you set the schematic cannon down, give it some gunpowder, and you let it do its thing. And so it built all of this. So a couple things I gotta fix on it. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I build is usually mall proof. But if you look at the cabling system, the cables are actually disconnected. So I have to go up there and I have to fix the cables. You know, they also don't have any fans on them. So I didn't have enough to do the fans. I mean the sails. So I have to make some more sails to actually add on to this and fix the cabling system, which is not a problem. You know, but it's gonna take me a minute. So, and then everything else is just all the stuff that I did. This is a little like I said, Tom Simple Storage. This is like the A2 system, so it's already connected to everything in there, and I did a little bit of seething already. You know what I'm saying? Got all of these different resources from all the blocks that I mentioned. There's also dirt. You can get a lot of items from dirt. I have a way to get it as well. So this is the way I'm getting dirt, is by throwing sugar cane into this barrel right here, and it's gonna you're gonna get dirt from that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have an automated system for that, but I did all the stuff manual, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then I have my little system down here for a couple of different things. This is why I first came up with the idea to do the cobblestone thing. So I got 2K in here. These barrels aren't upgraded. So 2048 is actually the stack limit. So I have 2048 cobblestone, and then I'm working on the next one in here. And this is why I came up with the whole idea to even make these systems and all of that. This is stone barrel. I got blackstone in there. Blackstone is another rock. I can use that to where's the recipe at? You crush that down until you get it's a particular block you get from that. Right here, galena. Galena is actually lead and something else, and that's what I could get from that. I have my cooking station back here. Anything I put on here is gonna get cooked down. I also have plate making system right here, all connected to these watermelons and little system I have up here. I have fluid pipes coming off of this, so this is the power system right there for that. Got my little tree set up and all of that. This is where I got the aqueous accumulator and all of that from. And that's it. Then over here are these little storage chests. I have 4 of them. This is a mod that I used way back in the day on 1.7.10. This is a real old mod. I'm glad to see a return of it, but it's just a giant chest. That's all it is. And then same thing. Add the little crafting terminal onto it, and the wires in there. That connects basically everything. And I got all my basic tools and stuff in here. Everything in here. Got another schematic cannon in there, and got all my cables and everything else. Still got a couple of pipes left, and I got a couple other things. Got some tokens left right here. I still haven't used those tokens yet, and I'll show you how far I've actually gotten in the actual quest line. So I'm still up. I gotta give this some more RAM. Yeah, I'm still up here. I haven't even gotten to play it on that yet. So this is for the coke oven. Make coke bricks and stuff like that. I just got the fire bricks. Haven't made the fire bricks yet. And once I started really seeing that Create was really prominently featured in here as the early game tech mod, I was just really going bananas. I'll wait for the Greg Tech part. I'll get to that later. You know what I'm saying? But it's really meant for you to rush through all of this, and then you get the Greg Tech, and then really start that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still having fun. So still having fun, not doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? Taking my time. And this is where I'm at with it. And this is the first time I really played in a normal perspective. I didn't really play with 90. It's easy to move around and everything like that. Doesn't hurt my fingers and everything else like that with the live real. Yeah, and that's basically it. So these are all set up. They're ready to go. These are set up, wired properly, ready to go. Everything's configured, ready to go. I just don't have the whistle name, so I need to come up. And that's why I showed you what I was working on. A better seating system. You know what I'm saying? It's probably gonna extend down here into the next chunks or whatever, and then connect over to the cobblestone generator is gonna connect to that, and then I'm gonna have four different types of blocks that I need to feed into these. Even though it's more than 4 types, but there's 4 major types that I really want to use, and that's what I'm gonna see for. And mind you, I got diamonds and all that stuff out of that. You know what I'm saying? So the diamonds actually come from sifting sand. You get diamonds, emeralds, amethyst shards, nether quartz. You know what I'm saying? Lapis lazuli. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's a profitable block right there. You know what I'm saying? Also do what I've been doing for years when it comes to sky blocks is making these little waterfall systems that go all the way down to the world. What's her name? Came down here, did this bottom section right here, so I could connect up these chests. This inventory trim is like a piping system, so that when it's all connected, it reads as one network. That's the reason why I'm able to look in those chests. So I'm good on storage. It doesn't matter if I throw something in here, in there, back there. It's all connected. It all read inside of here. And that's what I did for just this by itself took weeks. This took weeks right here because I had to make all these pipes. I'm still in the early game, so that wasn't really easy to make. And let me see if I can see the recipe. The recipe is not that difficult. Yeah, brass sheets, small tin pipes. You know what I'm saying? And this is Greg Tech, so you know what I'm saying. You got to make these tin plates and all that and everything else first. Not that difficult to make, but and this is a horrible ratio to get plates, but you get better machines and stuff like that. Leave it wrong, but I did all of this manually. You know what I'm saying? It took a minute to do it, but I got it all. You know what I'm saying? Got everything that I needed. We got it up and running. I just need one more system, and after that, that's it. This is my basic investment for basically unlimited resources, all the way into the end game. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even really started Greg Tech, but because it is, I'll be good money for the most part. There's gonna be other things, because it's Greg Tech. I still haven't gotten to the end game of Greg Tech still after all of these years. You know what I'm saying? I really only got the LV and not LV, MV, like just to the beginnings of MV and Greg Tech. That's what as far as, and this is before, that was back in 1.7 before I even knew about automation and all of that. So now all these years later, since I know about automation and everything else, it's way easier now. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta actually do it. So that's the reason why I wanted to play this. And that's basically it. I got a couple other projects I want to show off. This is where I'm at in this actual pack right here, and I'm just taking my time. I'm not trying to rush the progression, not trying to whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the early game, so that just tells you by itself.